on March the 6th, 2020. It is, wow, it was a wild ride today. We had a sell off, we had a rally, we had consolidation. I mean, if you were making money in the market today, you are one heck of a trader. It was somewhat difficult at the end of the day. It rallied up and tried to close on a new high, I guess, and it just did not do it. So on the Dow Jones, we're going to look at that first. We're going to pull back to a 15-minute chart, and you can see it's just been selling off. But at the end of the day, look at that thing. It almost got above where it closed yesterday. Yesterday it closed at 26,128, and today it closed well right here 26,864. So it was down almost 1% today is where it ended up closing. So it turned out I mean, all of this was just all consolidation today. I mean, this is hard trading, and as far as if you're in options and stuff, it just eats you alive. Options, if you're going up, you're making money. If it's coming down, you're making money. But when you're going sideways, you just wish you'd have sat down somewhere and not had any money on the table, because it is just too hard. It's hard to scalp during that time, trying to find the how you're using your price action or indicators or ever how you trade. It's just hard. So the Dow Jones, it's looking like it finished strong today. So for me, that actually is pretty good being a Friday. Usually we close down here on the low. So I think that we'll probably open up on Sunday in the futures market. I think we'll actually open up pretty good. Go to the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar just kind of went sideways all day. It looks like it's starting to come up. So for all you Forex people, you'll need to think about that when you're trading. That DXY is going to come up. We're already over top of our 15 and getting ready to cross the 50. So I'd say that Forex people need to be thinking about that. Our oil has just kept on dropping. And right now, if we go back to the 1 hour, and we can see we closed down, let me go back to a weekly. We're in this bear flag here, and we're actually dropping below that. So it looks like if you got into any kind of puts with any kind of oil, then you were doing pretty good if you're on the right side, not the inverse. But if you were on the put side, or if you're shorting crude oil, then I think you're going to be doing pretty good. If we go back to the 1 hour again, you can see where it just dropped down below it. That's the telltale sign that we're probably going to keep on going. So keep that in mind when you're trading anything to do with the oil. ES, the S&P 500 mini future. We had a bear flag here, and we come down, and right now we're in a descending, broadening wedge. And what that means is it's a bullish pattern, because as it comes down, it will actually come out of there and come up. And as you can see, we closed above that today. So we go to a 15-minute. This was a hard one to trade today. I was trying to scalp in it and stuff. I didn't do the best with it. I did okay, but not where I like to be. I like to get in something that's just got a straight pattern where you can just get in and walk away, set your trail stop, and be done with it. On this one, you had to be at your computer watching it, trying to figure out for sure what it was going to do, and it would throw you out. I mean, it was just hard trading. And we'll throw that one there away. We don't need that anymore. That was when I was trying to see where the trend was coming down. But we finished strong. We finished above this broadening pattern. So in my opinion, I think that we're going to be very bullish next week. Where are we going to go? So we go back here. I think we're going to probably come back to at least here, which is, if we come on up, that could easily hit that. That could easily hit that in one day, because that's only, let's see where we are here. If we go into a trend line, close there, so we're looking at 160 points. That's a far fetch, but I tell you what, guys, it hit 185 points somewhere through here. I don't remember where it was, but it dropped 185 points in one day. So 160 points, it could easily do it. And I think that we're actually reaching for that one as far as the fibs. I took the fibs out today because I was trading intraday. So we take this out and we go ahead and make some new fibs. And we come up to the high, come down to the low, and that would put us the 618's right there, but that's only, let's see, right here to there. Oops, gotta get the right one in. If we go from right here up to there, that's only 80 points. So that's probably about right. So if we hit 80-point rally, we could do that on Sunday pretty easy. And then come Monday morning, we could easily be up there. That's 162 by the end of the day Monday. I think we could probably be there. It could do it in one day, but realistically, we're probably going to be reaching up here to the 3041 area. If we hit that, that's going to be the 618 fib, and then on Monday, we'll probably bounce up to there. We'll pull back. It'll probably come back down to here, the 38.2, which would be, I don't know why it's double printed. It must be two different. Yeah, there's two different fibs there. We'll take that one out. That's going to be the 29.86. So we're probably going to come up to there, bounce back down, and then the next day we'll probably rally up to here. So if we do that, then we're looking at, what is that? That's 138 points. That is pretty realistic. I mean, the ES would typically move anywhere from 50 to 80 points a day. That's the general movement of it. But like I said, we saw 185 points just the other day. So, but I think we're out of the bearish pattern now. I think we're going to just take off. We actually come down. We touched right there. I just think that that's where we are now. Now, some people have asked, where do I think we're going to go as far as long term? Long term, I think, one, we're below this trend here. We're coming up to it. Let me go back to a 4 hour. We're coming up to it, which is right here. And we bounced right there and come down. I think we're going to come up. Once we hit this, if we break it, then our next step is to go up to here over time. If we don't break and hold around the 31, by the time it gets up here, it's probably going to be 31.20. So we need to break that and hold. And if we hold it, then the next step would be going up to the 32.74. That would put us in the 68 fib, and then after that we'll be on up to the 3400 range. I really believe that we're going to be going that way. We had a double top down or double bottom down here. So, with having this one and having that one, that's a double, and now we're coming up. There's a chance that we may just go ahead and bounce back right here and then take off, but I think we're on the way up. So we'll see. RSI is a little bit below the 50. The MACD is a little bit down, but it's curling a little bit. That's just because we're poured up. And so I think that's where we're going to be. We no longer need this in there because that is no longer a pattern. We always pour our patterns out. And if I take this one out here, and if I go back to here and we put actually if we go to a weekly fibs are really good. They're really accurate. And if we start from the high, because we're going up, when you see 33.97, I'll have to get in closer and fix that one. So we're right there, and then right here, and then we're going to brighten that up. And that one's there. You got to make sure your fibs are on target. If they're not, then they will mess you up because your charting will be off as far as your fibs. So let's go back here. And let's see here, that's 33.97.50. Okay, so we got that in there. And we'll come back to our we'll leave it on hourly. Yeah, that's where we need to be. And then if we look at that, then that is our 61.8 or 618. So it actually touched there today and then bounced back, and now it's on this trend. So therefore it's probably going to go on up. So weekly fib, in my opinion, is probably the most accurate But when you're doing day trading, it's hard to do a weekly because they're so far apart. But if you're going to be charting, the weekly is the best because it really gives you the overall direction of where that thing is going. That's not to say it won't come up and bounce back or whichever. When you have these trends in there and stuff, it'll make a difference. But down here, we're way down on the MACD. It's starting to curl up. We come way down on the RSI. We're getting ready to break the 50. If this breaks the 50 on Sunday, then I feel that we're going on up to the 3120 area. So, and hopefully we can break that 3120 and we can just go ahead and start heading back to 3400. So let's look at gold. Gold today, I traded gold and it actually kind of kicked my butt a little bit, but you can see here, it looked like a cup and handle right here. I was in a short. I was in a short here or down through here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. And then that thing just took off on me. I wasn't standing at the computer when it went off. I didn't have my stop loss on there, which is a mistake. You always use a stop on futures. But I just felt that since we touched there, it was going to keep on going. I walked away, come back 5-10 minutes later, and that thing shot up. And I thought it was going to keep on going, so I stopped out. It actually took quite a bit of my money. And then I kept waiting, and I was busy today. I couldn't watch my computer all day. And then it thing just tanked back down. When it did this, if I hadn't have stopped out up here, or not stopped out, but if I hadn't have just sold out here, then I would have not only got my money back to here, but this part right here, I would have made about $3,000 on this little candle right here. So that was kind of made me mad, but that's a part of the game. If you're going to trade futures, you need to have stops in place, and you also need to be watching it if you're scalping. You just don't walk away from it. Futures can get away from you. I mean, this right here was 1685 all the way down to 1642, so you're 43 points, so call it 40. 40 points is $100 a point, so there's $4,000. Right there in that one candle is $4,000. And then it popped up, when I found out it was actually right in here. At that time, I was a little concerned about getting back in the trade because I thought it might go ahead and come back down. But it turned out to rally all the way up and hit the trend line again. And if we look at this trend, that is a bull pennant. Okay, so the reason I say bulls because you had a rally. There's your flagpole, and then right here is your pennant. And a pennant is sometimes hard to trade. But I really feel that gold is probably, since it's right there, gold is going to sell off. If gold sells off, the market goes up. So this tells me the market's going to go up as well. That's not to say it can't break through and come on up to this one, but usually a pennant will just keep on going. So I feel that we're probably going to sell off down to here. So if you're in the futures and stuff, shorting gold on Sunday is probably going to be your play. 6 o'clock on Sunday, I will be in front of my computer hoping to recover the money that I lost right there and also make a bunch more. If we look at this, that is going to be, let's see here, from there to, we'll call it right there, that's 396 points to there. So if we end up working over several days, which we would, so you're still looking over 300 points that you can pick up. 300 points times 100 is $300,000. So you're looking at a lot of money. So if you got in it and just stayed in it, it's hard to do that though. So is that right? 300. If I do my math right, I want to leave on that. Let's see, 30 times 300. That's $9,000. What did I say? If we're going to be 355, so I was doing the wrong numbers anyway, times 355, that's 35,000, not 300,000. I thought that sounded too much. Sorry about that. So you're looking at $35,000 that you can make right there. We're coming out with, if you don't understand how to trade futures, then we're coming out with a course that will be ready in here within a week. We'll be posting on our website and stuff when we get there, and you'll be able to take a class. It's online. You can do it on your leisure. There's no time limit, but we go through it thoroughly with videos and everything to show you live trading so you understand how to do it, and it'll help you. NG, NG has just been selling off. So let's get rid of this so we can see it. I was day trading it. And you can tell none of this stuff matters anymore. It's all gone. And I was trading this one today, and I was shorting it. I actually did okay on it. Wasn't a great. You don't make a lot of money on NG. So with NG, you have to buy more contracts. I think it's only a couple $1,000s per contract. So that adds up, or it doesn't add up to a lot in the long run. But right here, we're looking at this trend line. It's coming down. We've got a horizontal here, so we're in a descending horizontal pattern, horizontal wedge, triangle. Sorry, descending triangle is what it is. If we go, so we're in the weeklies, and it's still coming down. We're right on that bottom. So where are we going to go from here? I mean, we come down kind of close, didn't touch it, and now this one here, I would say is probably going to come on down until it touches. At that point, are we going to go ahead and go back up and then come back down, which I'd say would probably, might. It's going to take down here. It's probably going to base it a little bit. There's a chance it might drop out of it at this point. So if we go back to the weekly, see where we are on it. We're at the end, close. So there's a good chance that we may come on up to this here and then come down, but it's really kind of hard to say. So be real careful if you're trading the natural gas, especially all you gassers that are into natural gas and or the U-gas and D-gas and all that. Still a little, I think you're still going to be buying long on D-gas and shorting U-gas is where I think you'll be. You guys have got a long way to go before any of you bag holders are going to be able to get your money back. Then you've got the Qs. Everybody loves the Qs. The Qs cost more money to buy on the futures. Right here we got a W pattern, so that's a good sign that it's probably going to take off up through there. See there, the big W. That's called a winner. That means go long. So anytime you see this right here, go up. You got a double bottom down here. That's what causes the W. You got comes down, touches, comes back up, touches again, then you got that. So there's your double bottom here, right across there, and then your W. So they go hand in hand together. If you have an M, naturally it's going to come down. It's bearish. M is bearish, W is a winner. That's bullish. So as far as your Qs look, we're still above this trend line, and I think that we're going to stay there and probably going up. Probably going to retest the 97.63. If we test that, then that would be great so if you're long in TQQQ or if you're short SQQQ. Puts on S and calls on T, and you got money in the bank. It all looks good. When you look right here on the weekly, it's showing it's coming down. There's a good chance it might still come on down, but by looking at the trend of it with that W, I think that we're probably going up. So we won't know. Well, actually, in a 1 hour, there's an M, so it can go either way. But I think we're going to go up for a while anyway. We ought to at least see the 89.19. I think we'd come up to that. But we won't know until Monday when we open. Our MACD is showing this curling up. We've got a little bit of indecision here, so we'll wait on Sunday and revisit this and see what it's doing Sunday night. Then we've got AMD. AMD I thought would actually break the 51.13 today. It never. It went up and then it kind of came down, then it went right back up. I believe AMD is a good company. I think that is something for long you could do. With it not breaking through the 51 today, a little disappointing. But since it touched there, it's going to retest it. It's not going to just hang out to that one. So I think on Monday, we will probably come up and test it, if not break through. I personally think we're going to break through on it. So we'll find out more on that one Monday. Will be the Monday recap. Monday afternoon recap. Roku sold off again, like I've been telling you all week. Puts. You always want puts on Roku. They have all their stuff made in China. A lot of the places are shut down, so they're just not doing real well at all with their merchandise getting it out. So that's really hurt them. Will we rally a little bit on Monday? Let's go back and look at our weekly and see what our weekly's saying. Weekly's coming down. You're hitting right there at your fib. There's a good chance we have a bounce. We got a double bottom right here. So that's a real good support. I say we'll probably end up just consolidating maybe a little down here. You can see there for like 8 weeks, it just kind of stayed there on the bottom. And if we go back into the 4-hour, look at it. And so you got one here, and you come over, you got one there. But even right here, when it touched, for days it stayed there before it went up. So you're looking, the first touch was here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About the 8th day before it started going up. So you got to watch these candles over at 15 and see what it's doing. And come back over here. See, we're still below the candle. So we still got a good week of consolidation through here. So over next week, I'd say probably just stay out of Roku because we're at that bottom. And if you get into options, you're just going to, the theta is going to eat you alive going across here. So if your inputs, I would think you should get out of them no later than Monday and go ahead and sell them off, and then just wait and just put you an alert in. I'll put an alert right here. And that alert will let me know when that candle comes up and touches that. When it touches that, then more than likely we're ready to get back in it. So that'll be an alert that we can keep on watching as we do our recaps. SPY, same thing with SPY on ES. It's the ETF of ES. It actually rallied up. I think we're going to continue to do that. I've got these lines in here for whatever reason. I don't know. This one is an M, but it popped up. So, and our MACD's coming up. It come out of a long upward momentum right here. So I think that I just personally think that we're going to be bullish on it. I think the market has sold off so much, and we had so much good news today that come out. We had more than 100,000 more than the highest employment rate that we've ever had, which was last month. And this month, for February, we had 100,000 more. So the growth is there. If we were not getting that growth, and we had, our numbers were not meeting expectations for that, the farm results and all that, then I would think that we would be in a bullish or a bearish momentum. But we have too many good things happening that's pushing us up. If you look right here, let's see here. What I'm doing is I'm picking up this candle right here. And see how these were down? We had a low or a higher low today. That's a good sign that we're going to keep on going up. If we had to come down to this one here, to right here, then I would think that we'd have a double bottom and probably go up, and we might test it again. But since we come down and touched this one and didn't go any further, and we rallied today, I think that we're more in a bullish area. If we had come below this candle, then I would say we still got more room to go. So just off those two things right there, that tells me that I think we're in a bullish trend on this one. RSI is starting to come back up too. TLT. I've never traded a bond before. I've traded a lot of things, and a lot of people were talking about this one today. And this bond is like gold. I mean, people put their money in bonds when the market is tanking, and I've just never traded it. I'm gonna keep it on my list from now on. Today I bought puts in it, and I've got them cheap. I can't remember exactly. Let's see here. If I get in, look at my Discord channel, and let's see here. That was SPY. So where am I? There it is. I bought March 13th, next Friday, for $147. I only paid like 20 cents a piece for them, so it's $20 a call. I bought 10 of them, and it's just a high risk. I feel that the market is going to continue upward, and if it goes up, this is going to drop. And I bought my puts right up in here, so right now I am up. I think it's like 20% on my puts, and I just bought them here. So I'm thinking that if the market goes on up Sunday and Monday, this is going to pull on down pretty quick. I'd say probably down here in a day. And mine are 147. So I bought my puts based on where the stock had, or the bond had been before, and then I just went up a little bit so I can get them. So you got 147 is going to be right on through here. I was looking along this line right through here. So that's how I bought my strikes. I don't really necessarily use Delta. I look at where I think the stock's going to be within a couple of days. So I think TLT is definitely one we're going to keep on a recap and start watching it, and I'll trade it more often. So if you're not into the bonds, this is probably one you could look at and make some money on. So Tesla. I talked about Tesla being in a downward movement, and if you look right here, now you tell me my chart did not work. Look at that. It dropped right out of that descending triangle and dropped out and then come on over. Where are we going from here? I think we're going to 66639. I think we're going to sell off onto that, and once we get to there, I think we'll probably bounce. But so I think your puts should be good right there. So if you followed me on the Tesla move, then you made money if you bought puts. Then, today would have been the day to sell them. I don't know if I would have held them on Monday, but I definitely would have sold them once they dropped out. Because once you drop out of this, sometimes it will come right back up. But I think we're going to come down to the 666 area. VIX. The VIX is starting to move. I had puts right here. I bought puts up there. And it came down. I thought we were getting ready to start banking, and the thing went right up. I didn't buy any more puts today because I had enough in them. And I don't like to put too much money into one thing in case it doesn't go right, then you're not stuck with it. So I bought some puts on the TLT, and then I've got the puts on the bonds. We actually had a double top here. Actually went up above it, but for the most part, you could count this as the double top. And then now it's going to sell off with the market starting to gain today. That's going to make this drop fast. So if the market rallies pretty good over the next few days, say through Wednesday or Thursday, then this should just come right on down. And when it does, then I'll sell. When I bought them, I was expecting to hold them for 8 to 14 days, and I started buying them here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's 7 days, and then Monday will be 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'd say probably about the 11th day we should be down in there. And hopefully by the end of the week I can go ahead and sell them and cash out. And this is an M. See? An M. That means it's coming down. That's usually what an M does. Then we've got Walmart. Walmart is, that's my golden child. I bought... I forgot how many it was, but I bought calls in this because based on the charting that we had. So based on the charting that we've been talking about for several days now, if you've been following me and you bought these, you're going to make money. If you haven't already cashed out, I bought on Wednesday the first ones, and I bought 15. They were 417, 135 strike, and I paid $6 a piece for them is what I paid. So I paid $90 for these calls, and they're already up like 300 and some percent. So that $90 that I spent there is already up like 200 and some dollars. And I bought this. It was just to show people what you can make if they were all, several people talking about using Robinhood. So I went ahead and just threw in about $400. I bought some VIX puts and I bought some Walmart calls. $90 worth of Walmart calls, and right now they're worth like almost $300, or maybe it was more. So they're up there. Let me look here. It won't take me a second. I know it's like 300 and some percent that they're up. Bear with me here a second. $375 is what they're worth now, and they're up 316%, 316.67%. So my $90 investment is now worth $375. I made $285 on them so far. What's going to happen on Monday is we're going to fulfill this ascending triangle, and that should pop it up there. So I'm looking that either on Monday or Tuesday, we should be up around the 6.8 area. We gained 10% on this one. So if we went here, that is roughly 11% up to there. So if we get up to the 130 area, then those $90 worth of calls that I bought should be worth about $7,500 is what they should be worth once they hit here. The 50 calls I bought here, which was the, I bought those calls were 417, 140. So I bought some 140 calls on them to reach up a little more. And I wanted to keep my price down on them. I don't want to spend a lot on them. I paid $7 a piece for them. So I think that if it hits here, we should be about $3 a piece or $300 a piece. So if you take that, I had $350 in it. Right now I'm up, I think it's 50% on them already, just buying them today. And by come Monday or Tuesday, those calls should be worth about $15,000 or so. So $15,000 for a 340 or 300 what was that $350 investment is not a bad return, especially over a weekend. So let's see if it hits that. If it does, then I'm going to cash out. I've already put my sales in, so that if it does hit that by accident and just pops up and comes down, it's just going to automatically sell. And that's the way you set up your options. When you're thinking it's going to go somewhere, go ahead and figure up your price and stuff, and just go ahead and put your sell in and just hope that it hits. Because a lot of times when it goes, it will go up and it will immediately come right back down, and you don't want to miss that sale. You won't have time to get it in. So that's our market recap for tonight. We'll go ahead and end it on looking at ES, where we are with it. And we have a Discord channel. So if you're wanting to learn how to do the charting that I do and the fibs and the patterns and all that, we are opening up a online courses where you can pay for the course, and then you can study at home. There's going to be videos, quizzes, some tests in there. Nothing you have to turn into me, but it's just to help you learn. And if you're taking a quiz on something that makes you want to go back, because if you don't know an answer, then you can go back and look, and you really want to know this material. If you know this material, it makes trading so much easier, and you can make a lot more money. And so, but we have a Discord channel. There's a link in the bottom of the description that tells how much it is and so forth. And then on that, we do everybody posts their call outs on what they're buying. We have a lot of discussion on charting. We have discussion on just stocks in general. We chat nonstop. It's open 24/7. There's usually someone around, because we have people on the West Coast and East Coast, so there's usually someone on there. If you're interested in learning more about it, then that is where you want to go. And as far as the courses, we'll have those available soon, if they're not already by the time you've listened to this video. So, and please like, share, and subscribe. Let everybody know about the channel, and let's let everybody start making some money instead of keeping a hidden secret. Let's just start learning, and all of us trade from home and be full-time traders and make some money. You all have a great evening, and I will see you on either Sunday or Monday. I might do another one on Sunday night. Talk to you all later.